Mary Jane Tunnel. There's an interesting and mysterious story about a British lady, Mary Jane, and the tunnel named after her in the then British India, now Pakistan. Let me start with Kolpur. That is a city close to Mary Jane Tunnel. Kolpur is a little town in the Mastung district, province of Balochistan, Pakistan. Though little, the town is known as the crown of Bolan Valley. It has currently the highest altitude working railway station in Pakistan. In winter, especially as the snow falls, it is, as the people call it, like a mini Switzerland. The story I'm about to tell relates to Kolpur area. The tunnel is located approximately 40 kilometers southeast of Quetta, the capital of Balochistan province, and is located in the area of Bolan in the Kutchi district of Balochistan. As the legend goes, in the last decade of the 19th century, a lady supposed to be Mary Jane left Britain to join her husband, O'Callaghan, a railway engineer posted in a deserted mountainous region of Balochistan, the then British India, now an area in Pakistan. The legend says it was her love for her husband that made her travel to this uninhabited area. Well, who can stop anyone to be a Juliet or a Romeo? But who knows? As the story goes, O'Callaghan was a railway engineer working on a tunnel to be built for the railway line between Quetta and Sibi. Camps were set up near the tunnel where some British officers along with their spouses stayed. Mary Jane also lived there with her spouse. Some suggest that a dynamite was exploded to break the rocks for the tunnel, and as luck would have it, some splintered rubbles hit Mary, and she died. Some suggest it was a huge stone that fell off the mountain and hit her. Eventually, the tunnel was named after Mary as a tribute. We've got this printed on the top of the tunnel that reads, Mary Jane 1894. Whether Mary Jane is buried near or above the tunnel is a mystery. Some claim her corpse was transported to Britain. Others claim her grave, which is not visible anywhere as there's currently no graveyard or gravestone on the tunnel, might have disappeared as there is no proper preservation. And as some say, the marks of earthen graves disappear after 3 to 4 decades. Also, rains may have caused mud to flow over the grave. But there are contrary views to this story. Some suggest that O'Callaghan had built the Kojak Tunnel and Attock Bridge, but had left the frontier railways at the time the track was laid in the Bolan in 1886. This particular tunnel, some say, was built by engineer Ramsay. O'Callaghan retired to the UK in late 1894 and was co-opted by the Colonial Office in London in 1895. O'Callaghan's wife was Anna Maria Mary, while Mary Jane might have been her nickname. So some claim, how could it be possible that her name was written on the tunnel 18 months before it opened? O'Callaghan died in 1909 in England, while Anna Maria died in 1911. So she might be a different person. Who knows? I'm here at the tunnel trying to move in the past and live the moments of history when Mary Jane lived here and might have suffered the injury and died. Whether this is just a legend or a partially true story or a fully real story, it is a story that somehow inspires a person like me who witnesses poetry in each inch of this universe. Just a name on the tunnel, and a new universe breathes within. Whatever the reality, this fiction-like reality is enough to transport one to the regions unknown where imagination carols and carouses by Mary Jane.